Have you heard of the Titanic? Of course you have. Its tragic sinking in 1912 is one of the most famous disasters in history. But what if I told you about a maritime disaster that happened right here in the United States, which claimed even more lives, yet is almost completely forgotten? Let's travel back to April 27th, 1865. The American Civil War has just ended. Thousands of Union soldiers, freed from brutal Confederate prison camps like Andersonville and Cahaba, are finally heading home. They board a steamboat in Vicksburg, Mississippi, called the Sultana. This ship, designed to carry just 376 people, is dangerously overcrowded with over 2,100 passengers, most of them emaciated and weakened soldiers. In the dead of night, just a few miles north of Memphis, Tennessee, a catastrophic explosion rips through the Sultana. 3 of its 4 boilers erupt in a massive fireball, tearing the ship apart. Passengers are instantly killed by the blast, scalded by steam, or thrown into the dark, frigid waters of the Mississippi River, which was at flood stage and swollen with icy meltwater. For those who survived the initial explosion, a horrifying ordeal began. They clung to wreckage in the fast-moving current, their cries for help lost in the chaos. The ship itself became a raging inferno, forcing many to choose between burning to death or drowning in the cold river. By morning, the scale of the tragedy was unimaginable. An estimated 1,800 people lost their lives that night. That's about 300 more than the Titanic. So why has this horrific event faded from our collective memory? The timing was everything. Just 12 days earlier, on April 15th, President Abraham Lincoln had been assassinated. The nation was consumed by grief and the manhunt for his killer, John Wilkes Booth. When news of the Sultana disaster finally broke, the headlines were already dominated. The story of a lost steamboat, no matter how tragic, simply couldn't compete for the nation's attention. The Sultana disaster is a somber reminder of how even the greatest tragedies can be overshadowed by history. It's a story of greed, as the ship's captain was paid per soldier he transported, leading to the deadly overcrowding. But it's also a story of immense suffering and the forgotten sacrifice of soldiers who had survived the war, only to perish on their journey home. Thanks for watching. If you found this piece of forgotten history as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that time almost left behind. See you next time.